Good afternoon and welcome back to the Return Homestead. As you can tell from that opening sequence, it's chainsaw time. We've got to get this road cleared up. We've got too many trees that are encroaching on the road. We want to pull some of these trees down today, start opening it up so the grass can grow a little bit tighter. Enough talk, let's get to making sawdust. It's hard to see here in the video, but as I walk under the canopy, I actually had to walk back about 10 or 12 feet just to get to where the branches were. Most of the branches that are hanging out over the road are attached to trees that are down a 3-foot embankment. And about 25 feet further on, there's about a 60-foot drop off. So this is rough terrain to be cutting and using chainsaw. Today I'm most interested in getting this canopy taken down, but I am making sure I evaluate everything I break down. We're looking for firewood for next year and also looking for fence posts. So I'm looking for straight sections, kind of like that one. It's always a good idea if you're working with a chainsaw to have somebody nearby. Ideally have a spotter. Marty is of course on the camera right now. I want to make sure she knows that I'm about to put a tree on the ground right where she's standing. Now that we have this black cherry on the ground, we're not going to waste it. This wood will heat the house throughout the winter, and as we take the rest of these trees down, we'll be looking for fence posts. No sense buying what we have growing right here on the property. Wait a minute. What is this vine wrapped around the tree? Yep. Poison ivy. I'm always careful when I get to these bottom branches that are supporting the trunk. There's no telling how much spring is left in those branches, so I always want to check them first. As I get into the thicker pieces of wood, I want to try to keep these somewhere between 16 and 18 inches in length. I know about how long that is on my chainsaw bar, so you can see me measuring the logs right before I cut them. We found that even a 14-inch log will still burn, so we're not real picky about it. And back to the primary job of trying to get some of these overhanging limbs down so we can get the road cleared up. Found out there wasn't a whole lot of them I could reach. I'm going to have to take down some more trees if we're going to get this thing cleared up. I'm going to avoid taking down these trees that are on the other side of that embankment for right now. We're going to move down the line, taking out some of these smaller trees and see if we can get to some of the bigger ones as we get back toward our storage area a little bit. Right in front of me is a small honeysuckle bush. Wanted to try to get these limbs away from it so I didn't damage it while I was taking them down. They make a lot of really nice flowers and they don't spread out like the vining kind.
So we're going to go ahead and take this oak tree down. It is on a slight incline, but I've got a nice clear spot I can drop it into. So I'm just going to come in and put a notch, come in at about 30 degrees, go in maybe 2 inches. Then we'll cut flat across the bottom, pull that notch of wood out. I'll take off this small side root, get it out of my way, and then we'll make a back cut about a ½ inch above the bottom of the notch. That'll create a hinge in the middle of the tree, allowing it to gently fall over and down the hill. Hopefully it doesn't go off the cliff in the process.
I do like it when the trees fall down. It is a lot of fun. So I'm gonna break off from making firewood, get a couple more of these trees on the ground. This pine tree won't be any good for burning, at least not in the fireplace. And it is casting too much shade on this area, so we're gonna go ahead and put it on the ground. Yeah, that was fun, but there's still a couple more to go, so let's get them on the ground too.
All right, we got quite a few trees on the ground here. There's still a big mess to clean up. The sun's starting to go down and I'm covered in poison ivy. I want to get this stuff washed off of me. So I think we're going to call it a day here. We do appreciate you visiting the Return Homestead. Please do subscribe and hit that like button while you're in there. We'll see you next time.